Alrighty. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know how long that was blinked, but I was looking at something else and it was not paying attention when the countdown timer stopped. So I apologize for that. Good morning. Welcome to Dev Mentor Dave live stream here on both YouTube and Twitch. If you haven't been following along with the Workday recap, I think that's what I finally settled on. Workday recap every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 4 p.m. Central United States time. Jumping on there for about 30 minutes a day, just to kind of recap the day. If there's anything that came up during my day that I think is interesting or good to talk about. If there's any questions that you guys have, general questions or any questions from your day, your work day, throw those in there and we'll talk about those as well. But we're not removing the Saturday live stream, so we're still going to be here today for probably a couple hours as we look at a specific topic that's probably going to take us a while. We'll see. Actually, I haven't done a whole lot of planning with this. I wanted to do this from scratch. So we'll jump into that here in just a couple minutes. But if you're watching live, jump in the chat, whether that's on Twitch or whether that's on YouTube. Jump in the chat, say hello. I love interacting with you guys. Really, that's the main reason for jumping on live streams, in my opinion, rather than just making a bunch of videos. And so hopefully you guys enjoy that as well. I think most of you do. Had a couple of workday roundups that were mostly empty this week. And one of them yesterday, Kelly jumped in, so it was good to say hi to him. And Dan was on a couple of them as well. So I see we've got Ming in here this morning already. Welcome, Ming. Good to see you. And Dan as well. Good to see you, Dan. Dan even set an alarm. That's dedication, man. That's dedication right there. I don't even know how to respond to that. I do know one response I should respond to that, and that is sending you a mug, because I bought a bunch of mugs a while back when I was better at making videos and things like that, and we were starting to get some traction and things. And I actually owe a couple people mugs as well, and I apologize for that. Life got away from me, and I still have them. I've still got the mailing packaging. I just need to get those sent out. I'm going to try to do that here sometime in the month of July. So be looking for those. Those of you who deserve a mug, who I've told should be getting a mug. I don't have one right here I'd show you, but it's basically the Dev Mentor Dave logo. So yeah. Oh man, I am there with you. Actually, that's gonna be my week next week, Dan. Dan says, well, this week I've been writing a sermon as well as a full-time job, and I took on a WordPress contract, so I'm a bit scatterbrained. Yep, I totally get it. So just an FYI, we started the live stream a little bit later because I had some work for my job that I needed to run, and it is a script that's running in the background on my computer. I didn't get a chance to put it on a server and run it, which would have been better. So hopefully the live stream is okay and we don't have any issues there, and hopefully it keeps running, because it's taking a lot longer than I thought it would based on testing. So there you go. Welcome to the real world of development, right? So it's taking a lot longer than I thought it would. So it's still running. If for some reason that messes up the live stream, I'll cut the live stream off and let you guys know. It seems to be working okay for now. So if anybody is having any issues, let me know, just so I can make sure and take care of that. So that's a lot of fun. Anyway, if you're watching live, hit the like button. If you've not subscribed on YouTube or Twitch, hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching live, jump in the chat. We've got a couple people. We've got Ming and Dan are in the chat on the YouTube side. If you're watching on Twitch, jump into that one as well. And if you have questions as we go along the way, whether it has to do with what we're talking about and working on or not, that's okay. That's what I'm here for. So feel free to share your opinions about what I'm doing. Tell me that I'm doing something wrong. Correct me if I'm doing something stupid. So this is an opportunity for us to engage with each other. It's not necessarily a tutorial, although we will, kind of talk through things as we start this process. So anyway, what are we doing today? So for the Saturday live stream today, and probably for several weeks, I would assume, we're going to be building a website with WordPress. Now, couple weeks ago, we did a very basic overall concept of what WordPress is, my idea of what the best way to use it is, and reasons why you might use it, reasons why you might not use it. And in that discussion, we talked about the reality that you can use the built-in REST API from WordPress as a backend, allowing you to have all the WordPress CMS pieces for your client or for you, and build the front end in something else like React or Vue or something, or just straight HTML, JavaScript, and things like that with Ajax calls. So what we're going to do this week and over the next few weeks is we're going to build a website that follows that model. We're going to have a back-end CMS in WordPress, and we're going to build a front end using Next.js and React. So I have done all of those things except for connecting Next.js to WordPress API. I've connected it to other APIs before, so theoretically I know what I'm doing. But we're going to spend time using AI to help us answer questions that we don't know about. So we're going to walk through a real development process. And so I thought, if we're going to walk through kind of a real development process with this, let's just build something that I can use, and that will be a new devmentordave.com website. So I have the domain name devmentordave.com, and I right now just have it directed to the YouTube channel. So if you go to that, you should end up at the YouTube channel. Sorry, Twitchers. Is that a good word? I don't know if that's a good word to say. I just jumped on Twitch this last week because somebody mentioned it would be a good idea. So if I say something stupid or wrong on Twitch, let me know in the in the chat. So because I don't want to be stupid, but sometimes I am. There's that. So all right, let me before we dive into the project, let me get this screen in the chat easier for me to read because you guys are talking and I can't see it at a glance. I did, for those of you who might wonder, I did get my order in for my new transition glasses, and I got them online and they were horrible. They were absolutely horrible. It was not good. I would have to look like right up here at the very top of my glasses to see while driving, and that was not going to be okay. So I'm still going to probably pull the old man here and there, but I think I've got this text big enough that I can read it with my old man eyes. So anyway, let me just run through here. I know you guys are talking. If you are talking to me, if you want to send something to me, if you're on YouTube, do @DevMentorDave. If you're on Twitch, I don't know if there's a way to do like an @DevMentorDave or something like that. Put something in front of it to catch my eyes. Nobody's really chatting on the Twitch side, so I'll probably notice it anyway if it's on the Twitch side. But the YouTube side, we've got other conversations going on sometimes. So feel free to do @DevMentorDave. That just puts a box around it, lets me know, hey, somebody's trying to get a hold of you. So also, if you are watching on Twitch, let me know what the quality is like, because it sounded pretty good, looked pretty good when I was looking at it and testing it. But just let me know if they have any issues over there on that side. YouTube we've been doing for a while, so I think I've got that dialed in. But all right, yeah. Ming says Grandpa Dave needs magnifying glass. I do need magnifying glasses, man. It is not. It's not good. All right, let's see. Congrats, Ming, on the new interview. Let's see. Yeah, Dan says if you're using Next.js, I guess you could even add some kind of caching layer, maybe KV store or something, since you have a node runtime with Next.js. That's possible. One thing that I do want to do with this, since we will be going, um, yeah, that's something interesting. Sorry. Let me finish this statement, then I'll respond to Dan. So one of the things that I do want to do with this is actually take it fully live. And because I know we've done some other projects and things like that here and there, and we haven't really taken them all the way to completion. That's another reason why I want to do this as my website, because that'll give me a reason to kind of push forward and do um, uh, the whole thing, so you guys can see what that actually looks like from start to finish, because we haven't really done that in a project before. So yeah, Dan says Twitch stream looks better than YouTube. That's honestly what I was feeling as well, which is really interesting. I feel like I don't know, YouTube. There's a lot of pieces of YouTube that I feel like are better from like a creator standpoint. I could be totally wrong. Maybe I just need to do more research on Twitch, but that was one thing that I noticed. It seemed like the Twitch side of things really was clearer and better, which is, that's saying something. YouTube, we gotta up our game there. So, interesting. I'm gonna have to dive into Twitch a little bit more and see if it makes sense to move more over to that platform. I've just been on YouTube for almost 2 years now, I think. So it's going to be a hard switch for me, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see what we can do. All right, let me just make sure I'm not missing anything else. Yeah, man, I really hate that. I hate take-home stuff. For me, take-home should either be paid or it should be fairly straightforward. Like, you should not be having to spend a ton of time on take home work for an interview process. That just I really don't like that. I mean, I get why companies do it, and I have done it in the past. But what I've done is very simple, very basic. I just want to see if people know how to use the tools that they say that they know how to use. And that's the I if it's something that takes a long time, I really don't think that's something that you should be required to spend a lot of time doing. So that really stinks. Yeah, see, Dan says YouTube's definitely better for when you make videos and want discoverability. Twitch looks better for live streams since that's all they do, but YouTube is easier to use in the end for the end user as well. Yeah, I know that's the hard thing. So that's why I think we're gonna stick probably with the double live stream here, and just deal with it as much as we can. So. Yeah, there's something about that YouTube live streaming. It really is just better um, for that. I don't know. Maybe what I need to do, and I don't know if this is even possible. Maybe what I need to do is do the live streams on Twitch, and then download them from Twitch and put them up on YouTube. That might be what I need to do. They said take 4 to 6 hours on it, but if you're new, it's not realistic 4 to 6 hours. Yeah, especially if it's new to what you're, the whole situation's new. That's for sure. That's yeah, that's hard. That's hard, but hopefully, if you spend the time, hopefully it'll turn out well for you in the end. So, all right, okay, that's an interesting thing. I'll have to check into taking it off the Twitch channel and putting it on as videos. That would probably help the YouTube algorithm as well too, if with it not being live, with them actually being videos. Because that's something that I noticed, like people like Primeagen and things like that. It looks like they're streaming on Twitch, but they upload it to YouTube. I just don't want to do all the recording locally, so I don't know. I'll have to sift through that stuff and see if I can figure out what's going on. Oh no. Hey, there we go. I just realized I haven't had my overlay on any of my live streams recently. I'm going to see if it actually pops up with the animations and things. I've got a couple different overlays at the bottom, and I don't know which one's which. One is a video and one's a GIF. I think the GIF is the one I want. takes less space. Anyway, sorry guys, still learning a lot of some of these things, even after 2 years on. So thank you for bearing with me as we go through that stuff. Yeah, I know that if I stream on both, I won't have to pull from Twitch, but I'm kind of wondering, because the stream isn't as good on YouTube, if it makes more sense and if I'd have a higher quality video to download it from Twitch and upload it to YouTube. It's a little bit more work, but it'd be a whole lot less work than creating videos for YouTube, and it would look more like videos for YouTube. So so that'll be interesting. I'll have to play with that, because obviously we've been on YouTube a lot longer, so we've got more people jump in with the live streams and things like that on there. But I don't know. We can build our live stream here, I guess, maybe. So we'll see. Yeah, Dan's a Vue guy. I knew I liked Dan. Preacher, Vue guy, developer. What is there not to like? We're gonna have to now. If I could just get you out to Laracon so I could meet you, that would be awesome. All right, so that's something. Just a reminder, I will be out at Laracon at the end of July. If anybody happens to be at Laracon who's watching this live or watching this later, awesome. Good job, Ming. That I would love to meet you. If some reason you happen to know who I am and recognize me and you're out there, that would be awesome. So, oh, you went to the, did you already go to the, I don't know when the Elixir conference is, and I've never used Elixir actually. So I know other people that have, and they like it. So I don't know. We may have to check out Elixir on a Saturday live stream in the future. There's that. I'll have to pull Dan in and have him talk through, tell me what to do on the live stream. So August or September. Okay. Yeah. One nice thing, my company is a sponsor partner, so we get a few tickets included in that sponsorship. So I'm able to go because of that. Otherwise, those tickets are expensive, man. Okay. Let's transition into our topic and take a look at my screen. I've also got some weird stuff with OBS going on where I can't move things around for some reason. Nothing is locked, but for some reason I can't move stuff around. So there's going to be anything down here in this lower screen area you're not going to be able to see, because I can't figure out. I could turn it off. I mean, I could go in here and, remove myself, but that kind of removes part of the point of live streaming. But if it becomes a pain, I'll take myself off so you guys can see stuff, but usually that's not a problem. Anyway, for those of you who maybe were not here when we started talking about this, it threw me off because I forgot we started half an hour late. I was like, how are we already 50 minutes in? So we talked about WordPress, and I showed you this tool called Local. You can get to that. I think it's localwp.com. Is that it? Yeah, localwp.com. You can download this tool. It's a little slow for me. Of course, I'm doing a lot of different things, but it was even slow, including having some work stuff running in the background. So yeah, it's not my favorite thing, but it does the job. So especially if you're not doing a ton of WordPress stuff, you don't necessarily want to build a whole environment. This is a good solution. So localwp.com, you can download this application. So we're going to create a new site. Continue. And this is going to allow, it's a hosting program for WordPress on your machine. Obviously I'm on a Mac. They have it for Windows and other environments, things like that too. So, all right, let's see. Ming says my friend uses Elixir and it looks very ancient. Dan says it's way newer than most languages would be using. I hear a fight brewing in the chat. That's awesome. Hey, if you guys don't mind, if you're watching live, hit the like button for me. I think most of you on here are probably subscribers. If you're a subscriber on YouTube, go check out the Twitch version. Apparently it's a better live stream. So and be a follower. They're followers on Twitch, it looks like. So be a follower on the Twitch as well. There should be a link from the YouTube channel over to the Twitch channel. So, all right. Dev. This is so slow. Mentor. Tor. Dave. Dev, mentor Dave. We'll just use the preferred setup. Nginx and all that jazz. We'll do admin. This is not what I would typically do. One thing I would always do when you're setting up a WordPress website is use a real username, because there are a lot of nefarious people out there, and admin is definitely a username they typically try. So use a real username if you're going to do that. And we'll just do test. Make sure I typed it right. Yep. Okay. Test, add site. Let's see if it complains about my password. I don't think it will. Here. Come on, you can do it. Ugh. This is the one thing I hate about local. Did it not get it? And yes, I've got fresh coffee, Mel. Just for you. There we go. Now it's working. Okay. Man, that drives me crazy. I hate it when things are slow. I mean, it's already a slow program as it is. Let's see. Sorry, it's asking for my password so it can make updates to my host file, most likely. Are you talking to me, Ming? Ming's asking why someone chose their stack. Maybe it's Dan. Let me know. I'll tell you why I chose mine. Either way. So WordPress, obviously, because that's the whole point of this. Okay, go. Yeah, so WordPress, obviously, we're doing this stack because of the conversation around using the WordPress API, ways that you can do that. Honestly, using Next and React, I chose more because I know a lot of the people that watch the live stream and watch the channels, they typically do React more than Vue. So I just wanted to provide a little bit of familiarity for those who are more React people. That's the main reason. And I've done both. And plus it forces me to stay in touch with something that I don't use very often, like Next and React. So it's always good to stay up to date there. Hey, Dan, are you still over on the Twitch side? If you are, would you put something in there to try to make it notify me so I can see what that looks like? Mel says, I've been making jugs of coffee and putting ice in it lately. Leaving it in the fridge so I don't cook when I drink it. Is that a problem? Do you cook when you drink warm coffee? Or are you saying you won't be hot when you drink it? I took cook very literally there. That's funny. Oh, man. Ming says, how are the pages going to be rendered? Next.js is SSR and CSR. How would WordPress benefit the page rendering? Really, it's just going to send the content via API. So we're not going to send, well, sort of. That's something that we're going to dive into, I think, over the coming weeks, is ways that we can manipulate that. So I'm going to change this real fast since I'm talking more. So the base API is going to send, it's going to send basically WYSIWYG HTML. It's going to send WYSIWYG HTML. And so we have to make sure that we, sorry, Mel just said something funny. That we account for that. So either we'll just accept that HTML and input it into the the front end, or we'll create another way of them entering information into the back end, and that will not have HTML, so that we can style it how we want. We'll look at both of those options as we go through this. Excuse me. And Mel said English people at 20 degrees Celsius start to drop like flies. Okay, so you mean like hot yourself. That's funny. I just got a very basic like notification time. Okay. Mel says, I think you need to set up stuff on here if you want to see highlighted messages. Most streamers have a little box that appears giving viewers points. Interesting. Then we can spend the points on message highlights. Means you're not bombarded by highlighted spam. The plot thickens. All right. Interesting. Okay, so I'm definitely going to have to delve more. Oh, hello, dog. Hey, come here. Come here. Up. Hey, come on. Up. Up. Say hi. Come here. Come here. I don't know if you can see. Boop, boop, boop. This is the puppy. One of them. All right. You being a good girl. All right. Get down. Oh, there's a highlighted one. Okay, so at DevMentorDave, looks like it does give me a highlight. Awesome. Yes, very fluffy. It's a Grandpa Dave has a doggy. Thanks. Yeah, it's highlighted for me, Dan. When you did the add DevMentorDave, it does highlight it for me. So perfect. So that works on both of them. Yay! I can say the same thing for both. Sorry, Mel. I think that's Mel. Mel, you're guided, right? I think so. Oh, that stinks. Well, hopefully you can get back on, Mel. We'll be here for another hour and a half anyway, at least. So thank you, everybody, for putting up with the shenanigans outside of just the progress that we're making here. So I don't know, man. I don't know if I would consider myself a spring chicken anymore. I might be more of a summer chicken. Excuse me. I am getting over a cold that I got at the end of last week too, so I apologize for the whole live stream. The whole live stream is just it's gone off the rails today. We got dogs jumping in here, technology issues, work running in the background. It's fun. We're just having fun. All right. I'll try to get back on track here. Sorry, Mel. Hopefully, is anybody else having any choppiness? Because if it's on my end, I want to try to take care of it if I can. But if it's just Mel, then we'll tell her to get better internet. All right, so we've got the site running. We should be able to go to the site. So, oh, of course, over here. Why would we go? Why would we go to a logical place? Okay. So here's the website, very bare bones. And again, with WordPress, you're going to be able to get to it if you know the domain. You'll be able to see a front end. It'll be ugly because we're not going to do anything with a theme. But that way we can see, make sure content is loading and things like that as well. So yeah, unfortunately, I think it's just for Mel. Sorry, Mel. Well, where's my... Okay. Let's get things rearranged here. All right. And actually, since that's running, we're just going to kick that to the side. Okay. So we've got our devmentordave.local. So it's up and running, and we can get to devmentordave.local / now I'm trying to remember what it was off the top of my head. I should have looked it up before we got on here. WP, was it JSON? Yes, it was. All right, so here's all of our, we're going to make this a little pretty. Here's all of our endpoints. And then we can go like this for WP. I thought it was WP. Is it V1? Maybe it's WP V1. Or is it just WP posts? I thought WP was in there. Now I'm going to have to go look it up. Doggone it. Oh, I don't. I can look them up here. Okay, hang on. WP JSON, batch. Let's do a find for posts. Okay, here we go. WP V2 posts. Okay, that's probably why. So there we go. All right. So this is what we're going to be dealing with on the front end for me. And if you look, the content is HTML encoded, I believe. HTML. So it's going to send us HTML back. But we've got things like a title, links, all kinds of information here about that. And again, we're going to dive into in future Saturday live streams. We'll dive into other ways that we can create our own endpoints, that we can send the data that we want. Because honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the WordPress content editor. So that's that. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to create a new project. Don't look. Okay. These are a whole bunch of things that we've done on the Dev Mentor Dave channel. We're going to create a new folder. We'll call this Dev Mentor Dave. There you go. All right, so we've got a new folder. We're going to open that up. And we are going to probably install Next here. And I don't know how to do that off the top of my head because it's been a while. Let's see. So we'll come back over here to Claude. We'll go to Next. Get started. MPX create next app at latest. All right, here we go. And oh, I don't have my terminal on this one. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, I kind of like my terminal by itself anyway, so let's make a new terminal. And we'll bring that over here. Bloop. Make that bigger so you guys can actually read what I'm typing. Okay. Oh, stink. I was in another directory. Okay, let's see. I need Dev Mentor Dave. Okay. And then in here is where I want to run that. Actually, can I do that in the local directory? I wonder, can I do like that? Yes. Unsupported engine. What? greater than or equal to. Why do I have a wrong node version? So it's telling me that I have a node version that is lesser than what it wants. So let's kill this. We got nothing there. Okay, so I think I've got NVM. I do. Let's see. I don't remember all the commands off the top of my head. This is what happens when you don't write code for a living as much anymore. NVM. If anybody knows what the command I'm looking for, I just want to get the latest. I know I've got the latest on here. I just need to change to it. Is there like an ls? NVM-ls? Nope. NVM use latest? Can I do latest? NVM use at latest? I don't know. Let's ask the great Claude. Do. Come on, dude. I just want to know. Give me the command to change to latest node version. This is not hard, dude. It's not hard. Just read my mind. Yeah, I know all that. I know all that. Just this feels dumb. Switch to the latest version of Node. Okay. NVM use Node. Seriously. All right. NVM install at latest. Welcome to real projects. NVM ls - remote. Should we try the absolute latest LTS? Why not? NVM install. Yay. All right. Now using. All right. Now let's try all this junk again. Yes, let's use TypeScript. Sure, why not? Tailwind. Yes, we'll use Tailwind. Would you like a code inside a source directory? I don't think so. App router. Yes. Import alias. Would you like to customize? No. Installing dependencies. All right. I think we're on our way. Looks like I've got issues with my other thing too, so hang on 1 second, guys. Sorry. Okay. I'm gonna pause real quick. I apologize. Give me just a minute here while I deal with something. So, ba-da-ba-ba. All right. Sorry about that, guys. The process that I had running stopped working correctly. It was still running correctly, but it wasn't working with another system. So I will probably actually end up cutting this off right at noon, so we won't get the full 2 hours today because I'll need to look into that and figure out what's going on. So sorry about that. All right. Let's see. What were we doing? So we've got DMD Demeter Dave. Let's take a look at our file system. Yes, I did it the way that I wanted it to, which is good. Okay. Ba-da-ba-ba. Manual installation. Nope, 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 nope. Is it? I forget what the command is. Is it just npm start? Maybe. Could not find production build. Oh, okay. npm. Let's look at the package.json file and find out what's there. Dev, npm run dev. Okay. Duh, I should have known that. npm run dev. Okay, localhost 3000. So let's check on this and see. Yay! All right. So we have a next app running. Sweet. And let's see. So we're going to. So typically, when you develop a website, right, you're going to have some sort of design that you want to follow. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to use AI to generate a design, but I'll actually have it generate the HTML to save us some time. Excuse me. And we'll build more pages on this, but I want to get kind of a theme in place. So we're gonna ask Claude to use some to use its brain power and come up with something, hopefully that will be somewhat modern. And using Tailwind, and because we said we're going to use Tailwind, and I'm not going to have it do well. I think I will have it do a page for next, because honestly, I want to do this the way I probably would do it. Ming says my design's using ChatGPT too. That's awesome. If you use VO, what is VO? Or V0? Oh, is that? Oh, you're talking about like the model? Maybe on ChatGPT? I don't even know how to change models. I don't know. Let's see. Oh well. V0, yeah. Oh, the Versal thing. Gotcha. Um, I've never done that. Interesting. Okay, we'll just do this. So let's give not ChatGPT, go away. All right, let's do a new chat in Claude. Let's give it some context. All right. You are a fantastic web. If I could type, that'd be great. Designer and developer that uses Tailwind and React in the Next.js framework. And that's all we're going to do. Okay. You are building a template page for a new website called devmentordave.com. This website is for a really cool guy. No. An online mentoring program for junior developers, helping them move beyond learning the basics of learning code to launching a successful career. Throw the tagline in there. Please create a template layout homepage to be used in the React Next setup. All right. I'm doing this live, guys. I'm doing this live. I'm not thinking things through beforehand. Oh, we've got some fake testimonials. Nice. Features. I don't think this is going to be real content we're going to use here. But we'll see what it comes up with here. This will be fun. So I'm doing this, and I would probably do this anyway, just to save time and get me like a basic structure in place. I want to, I don't want to come up with all the ideas for myself right here, especially since we're building this live. So we'll let Chat or Claude figure out something, a design for us, and we'll take it and go from there. Now again, we're gonna have a lot of different sections of content, right? And you saw some of those JSON objects. We can set up WordPress to be able to push some of those out for us, and we'll show you how to do that here in the coming weeks. Like those testimonials and things, we'll create something called a custom post type, and create extra. Ooh, nifty! I love it when it shows you that. All right, let's copy that bad boy. Okay, so let's come in here to our app page. Body. Okay, so we got our page. Replace. Let's see whether this works or not. Something doesn't like something. What does it not like here? Oh, Lucid React. Okay, so I need to hang on. New tab, npm install Lucid React. There we go. Now it's happier. Okay. Let's reload. See if it works. Oh no! Let's see. ECMAScript file had an error. Use effect from React. Your importing component needs effect. Hook only works in a client component. Oh well. Okay, let's go back. Where's our use effect here? Handle scroll. All right, we'll just ignore that. Bloop. Use state also only uses that. Oh, lovely. Okay. Is menu open? All right, let's do this because I don't want to think about it. Use client directory at the top. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay. See, if I don't use this very often, so I forget stuff. That's why we have this quad to make things easier for us. So now we can go back, put this stuff back in. All right, let's see if it'll load. Yay! All right. All right, look at that. Okay, so the question is, how do we put all this stuff into WordPress and get it back out? So yeah, there we go. Okay, so we have our we have our Next.js page set up, and we've got a menu. So this is cool. This is not going to be the content. Oh wow, 500 plus developers successfully mentored. That would be a lie. It's pretty cool though. It's amazing what AI can come up with here on the design side. So maybe we won't take this live. We'll see. Thank you, Ming. You had my back and I wasn't paying attention. Let's see. Okay, so that's at least a starting point. Yeah, exactly. So let's do this. Let's take some. Let's take. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? Okay, so let's create a template page from this. Let's go over here. I don't know if putting use client on a bunch of pages is the right thing to do or not. And I'm trying to remember routing and all that stuff. I'm sure you guys could just tell me how to do this, but we're going to learn it the right way. Maybe. All right. App blog. Okay, so directory, blog page. Okay. So we're just going to call this template. And in that, we'll do, we'll do a page.tsx. And from this, we'll copy this stuff. And we don't need the testimonial things. We'll copy the return on down. Okay, let's see. Navigation, mobile menu, hero section. So this stuff on down, we're going to get rid of. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys so you can see what we're doing here. Hopefully a little bit better. All right, so down through testimonial, CTA, All right, through the footer, we're just going to get rid of all that. And that theoretically will work. Let's see if we can go to /template. Boom. All right. Sweet. So we've got our footer right here in the middle with nothing. Okay, so let's make some updates here. Inside here, we're going to do div. I don't know what that's doing. Do I want a gradient? No, I don't want a gradient. We're just going to do, sure. Put some content in here for now. I don't want a button. We're kind of letting AI tell me what to do. All right. So refresh that. Well, where's our content? Oh, it's over here. Okay. All right. So we need to do something. I hate Tailwind. Okay. Give me a content div in Tailwind that takes up the full screen. All right. Thank you. I should probably know these things, but I've never been a big Tailwind guy. So let's see if that works. Nothing. More fixed inside. For each component, we can modularize it. Place some separate folders in each one. Yeah, we could absolutely do that, Ming. Yeah. And we probably will do that. We'll probably create a module for like testimonials and things like that that will pull from a specific endpoint. But I'm just trying to get a content area here. Let's see. Do I just want that? What was this min H screen folder? It doesn't seem to care. Oh, it's down here. Oh, it's right here in this area, but it's above the footer. Why is the footer there? I just want to get things set up so we're pulling from the WordPress API more than anything. Let's see. Is menu open? Oh. Ha! That's because we're in the wrong place. There we go. There we go. Now it's looking correct. Okay. But I want... I don't want slate. I want black background white. Now see, why is it doing that there? Oh, because that doesn't come in till... Interesting. Interesting. I don't like that. Let's change that. So we're just building a template for now. Transition duration. All right, we're going to get rid of this. So I just want this. I don't want this transition duration crap. There we go. All right. Yay, we've got content. Okay. So the next thing that we want to do, let's go into our WordPress admin, which we don't have open. So let me open that. Where'd it go? Where did it open? Did it open anywhere? Oh, wait, it opened way over here on this other screen. It's not even hardly... Okay. All right. So, don't necessarily want all these screens, but whatever. We'll figure it out. Okay. So, here's our login admin test. Should get into there. All right. So, we're inside WordPress. Let's create a page. And we'll call it, for nomenclature's sake, we'll call it template. Ugh. Go away. Okay. We'll call it template, since that's what we're using. And this is template info. Page content. Content. There we go. And we'll publish that. Publish. Okay. So we should be able to pull this up by the slug, which I think should just be template. But let's try it here. So we'll go v2 pages, so we get a list of them. Let me make that a little bit bigger so you guys can see it here. All right, so we've got template, and the slug is template, so that's good. So let's see if we can pull it up by the slug. Pages / template. Do you have to do like S template? Don't remember. Let's try this. Let's do, well, let's ask Claude instead of, we'll use Claude for our things. Okay. Get WordPress page via API using slug. It might just be slug instead of page. Pages. Oh, question slug equals slug. There you go. So so we should go to pages question slug equals template. Boom. There we go. Okay. Would I make it a group project? I haven't decided yet. I probably will. So part of the problem is I don't necessarily want to put WordPress into a repository. So I would suggest just following what we do in WordPress locally, but then I'll probably throw the Next.js stuff up into a repo and let everybody know where that is. So I'll plan on doing that. Okay, so we've got, actually, did this give us? That's funny. This gave us code in our for our Next.js method, I believe. There's better ways of doing this. But let's copy it. Let's copy it and see. All right, let's go to our page now, and above the return, base URL slug. Let's create a const page content, sets page content. Very good. And then inside here, we will do this. Let's do it up above the scroll info. Can you put multiple slugs in there? I don't know. It knows what we're trying to do. Select page content. Do we have to do an await here? I mean an async here? I don't think you can, right? Yeah, no. Okay. So maybe not this. Sometimes. Interesting. Maybe we have to call it outside. Well, let's see what it does. Tell me what to do. Base URL page slug. Okay, let's do this. Honestly, like I would just do the slug. I would do this. For now, we're just going to do this inside here. So https://dave.local/ Oh, it's already got it in there. Okay, so pages slug equals slug. This will be template. WP base URL. Page slug. Const pages. Wait, response JSON. Return the first. Okay, so then in here, we should be able to do something like set page content. Did I forget to use a wait? No, I did not. Async function. I don't want to use a wait there. Okay, here we go. Let's just try this. It's so annoying. All right. Small practice project for us, so it shouldn't be an issue. I know I have to async awake. I understand that. I'm not stupid. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know why it's not. Let's go back to Claude. Let's yell at Claude. Don't yell at me. Where is Claude? Claude, where'd you go? Oh no, did we lose Claude? What happened to our questions for Claude? Did he die? Using slug. Fetch API. Use effect. Async function fetch page. Ah. Okay. Interesting. Function WordPress page. Boy, this seems really annoying. Get WordPress page advanced, blah, blah, blah. I just want to get a fetch. What are we using? React. I just want a simple fetch. I don't want this stuff. All right. Fetch. Why can't it just be that easy? Okay. So let's try doing something a little bit easier here. In our use effect fetch. There we go. Let's do this. Console.log data. Let's see what we get back first. We'll go here. Bloop. Yes. Okay. So I don't want any of this stuff. It's not, it shouldn't run, so we should be good. Okay. And let's open the console. See what we have. Error. Pages slug template. Why does it not like it? Preview. Nothing. Failed. Net error. Cert authority invalid. Doggone it. Okay. So since it's not coming from the same domain name, we have to tell it to ignore certificate. All right. WordPress API local ignore cross-site warnings. I don't want to do a plugin. We could do that. Using the proxy. I don't want to use the proxy right now. Development course plugin. Maybe there's a good plugin. WordPress plugin. Allow course locally. Enable course. Hey, what do you know? Enable course. All right, let's go to WordPress and do something we probably shouldn't do generally ever. We're going to go back to, yes, leave. We're going to go to plugins and add a plugin and search for a plugin called Enable Course. This is it. Install. Activate. Let's look at the settings. Enable course. Configure the server to include course headers. For everything. Allow image sharing, fonts, yes, sure. Everything. Media type. Post options. Save. Set the desired response headers, content type, authorization to be included in the response headers. Okay. Let's see if we get the same response now. Yes, we do. Well, that didn't help at all. I feel like we've added everything. Doggone it. It only works with Apache. We're using Nginx. Let's see if local allows course. Tools. That's going to take forever. Oh, we could change, maybe, the web server. Sorry, guys. We're this close to getting information. Can I change the web server to Apache? I can. We require downloading web server. Why not? You can do it. Come on. Not necessarily mean asking if there's a lot of content being fetched. As we add more to it, yes, I would think so. The goal is for all the content to be fetched. From WordPress is the goal. That's what I want to do. So, all right, let's try this again. Refresh. Okay, so save. Still the same thing. There's probably something I need to do inside Chrome, because my guess is certificate authority invalid. Let's try refreshing it without cache. Nope, that didn't work either. All right, I'm gonna have to figure out the cores issue, guys, and I don't think you want to sit here and watch me do that necessarily, because that's going to get really boring and dumb. But we have a basic template here that will replace this with the content. So what we're going to do is make it so that it pulls this, and it's sending us back an array of an object, which is annoying, but whatever. So we've got this, and we've got, this is the template content. So what we'll do is we'll pull the content rendered into our page. right? So yeah, I know there's a Chrome extension. I don't want to mess with doing that right now. But so what we'll do next week, I'll get that issue fixed so that we can do this, and I'll show you what I end up doing to do that too, just in a much quicker fashion. But we're going to take the content from here and we're going to put it in this section here. So that way, if we go back and we build out more pieces in here, we should get HTML to render in that section. All right. So like if we did a blog, we could pull it by the slug. Now you could do this by the ID. For example, the ID is 6. So we could go to pages/6. Sorry guys, my wife is giving me a call. 1 second here. All right. Sorry. My wife called me. So we've got our kids my oldest 3 children are up in Iowa, and they're going to be driving home. So they drove up there. It's 19, 17, and 15. So, well, not quite 19. He's almost 19. And he's the one driving. But anyway, so I'll figure this stuff out, and we'll get this set up to where, oops, we'll get this set up to where it's working and everything. Yeah, I'll dive into that a little bit more, guys. Thanks for the info and suggestions on there. So I will get that stuff set up a little bit better and more quickly for next Saturday, which I should be here next Saturday at 10 a.m. We'll dive into that stuff and figure out what's going on, see if we can get that thing connected. Thank you, Ming. He's going to start learning next to help me out. I appreciate it. So we'll dive into that a little bit more next week. We've got at least an initial setup of a Next app and our WordPress install. We'll figure out the cores issue here locally. I may just need to update Next to use the same domain name. That probably is wise as well. I don't know. I'll figure something out and I'll let you know what I did. But we'll be back here at 10 o'clock on Saturday, next Saturday, and we'll be here again for a couple hours. Hopefully I won't have anything else going on during that time that will be a problem and keep us from starting right on time. But thanks for jumping in here, guys. Thanks for watching live, whether that is on YouTube or whether that's on Twitch. And again, next week we should have a full 2 hours, so hopefully we won't have any issues with that later on. No, I totally agree, Dan. I am a perfectly willing guinea pig for you all to see, because at the end of the day, junior devs especially need to see what it's really like working on stuff, and whether that's as a freelancer or whether that's working in a real world environment. This is the kind of things you're going to have to deal with, and it's a pain in the rear, but at least we'll work through it. We'll muddle through it together, and we'll figure out how to make it work along the way. Again, I know I've done this with Vue, but I've not done it with Next, so I know it's possible. It's just a matter of getting all the nuances ironed back out with new things and with things that I haven't used in a while too. So anyway, I'm going to jump off here, take care of a few things. Thanks for jumping on. Don't forget, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central United States time, we'll be jumping on for half an hour. and just discussing what's going on that day. Could be all kinds of things. So jump in, share your thoughts and your questions. And if you're watching this later, I apologize for the whole weirdness of this live stream. But I think hopefully we'll be a little bit more on target for next week when we dive into this longer live stream. So have a great day. Have a good weekend, and I will see you all on Monday.